everyone. I'm Kara Minoui. This is ShellPoint Today for Tuesday, March 4th. On today's show, ShellPoint Golf Pro Gary Keating shows us how they can rejuvenate your golf clubs at the ShellPoint Pro Shop. We'll also talk to Sandy Ehlers, who will present her favorite painter, Henri Matisse. But first, the Vision Enrichment Group meets this morning with Karen Delgado from the Lee County Library, discussing talking books. Talking books are totally free if you qualify and can open up whole new worlds for those with vision issues. Learn more at the Vision Enrichment Group, happening at 10:15 in the Social Center on the island. All are welcome. Also this morning, another fascinating presentation from employee chaplain and part-time science geek Don Stainhook. He'll be talking about the amazing process of cell division at his next Beautiful Science Academy event, happening at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. And then tomorrow, a heads up for all you green thumbs and art lovers out there. You've likely seen the cartoons of Doug McGregor in the news press and at Health Park. He has a fascinating presentation called Nature's Patterns as Reflected in Our Gardens. Come see how the worlds of nature and art combine at the ShellPoint Garden Society. They meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Oak Room, and all are welcome. We now have a word about golf cart and bicycle safety, and today we're going to illustrate this by showing you what not to do. Here we have a couple riding their bikes around the island. What's wrong with this picture? Back it up, please. As you can see, they are riding their bikes on a pedestrian sidewalk. That is a no-no. Bicycles are not allowed on the pedestrian sidewalks at ShellPoint, only on the roads and on the bike path along ShellPoint Boulevard. And because they share the road with automobiles, it's always a good idea to signal where you intend to turn by pointing to the left or right so that both drivers and bikers can stay safe. Okay, here's another illustration, this one at the Woodlands. Who can pinpoint the mistake here? Give up? Well, it looks like this person is driving their golf cart on a pedestrian sidewalk. This is also against ShellPoint rules and is potentially very unsafe, as the sidewalks weren't designed to be large enough for both pedestrians and golf carts. Now, to be sure, there are some exceptions. In some places, you need to drive on a sidewalk to get out to the road, but to avoid potential collisions, you need to keep your golf carts on the road and obey all the posted signs. Okay, so maybe ShellPoint TV has a special exception for its camera cart. Thanks for your help in keeping the streets and sidewalks of ShellPoint as safe as they can be. Now, one place where you're encouraged to keep your golf carts on the sidewalk is the ShellPoint Golf Club. They recently renovated all 18 of their greens, and the course looks better than ever. Of course, it's tough to enjoy it if you're playing with old, ratty clubs with worn grips. Thankfully, ShellPoint now has a golf pro shop that can take care of your clubs. Gary Keating shows us how.
Hi everybody, it's Jared Pike here with ShellPoint TV. We're in probably the least glamorous part of the ShellPoint Golf Club, but here's where the magic happens, because they now have capabilities of adjusting clubs. It's all done in-house. And here to explain it is Gary Keating, the head professional. How are you doing today, Gary?
I'm doing good. We've just had a customer come in. He wants us to change a golf grip. So we're going to show you how to change a golf grip today. Basically, it requires a couple of tools. We've got some grip tape. We've got the new grip the customer ordered, and we've got some solvent. So we're going to go pretty simple right here. Knives I like to use is a hook knife. It's a shingle blade. So we're just going to actually cut the old grip off. It doesn't take much effort. The grip comes off. Just cut it once or twice. So we're going to peel the grip back. And there's the old grip gone. The next tool I like to use is called a grip scraper. Very primitive, but we need to get the old tape off. So we're just going to scrape down the shaft. And as you can see, it didn't take long. So we're going to cut a piece of tape about 8-9 inches long. Okay. The most important thing right now is to make sure that we actually overhang the tape an inch over the top. Okay. So it's two-sided grip tape. We want to make sure the tape is on nice and even. There's no ruffles. We're going to take the top of the tape and we'll just pinch it together. Okay. Now this club is ready to receive its grip. When we put the grip on, we want to make sure But we get the grip nice and wet, okay? The customer we want right now, he wants a full chord grip. If you're hitting the golf ball to the right, the bigger the grip is going to slow the hands down. It impacts, so the club actually, or the ball should actually go to the right of the intended target. So we're going to put this grip on right now. So as you can see, this is mineral spirits, odorless. We're just going to fill it up. Making sure we've got plenty of solvents in there. And what I personally like to do is allow the solvent to roll up and down, get on the inside of the grips. Now what we're trying to do here at Shell Point is kind of keep everything nice and clean. So we're just going to insert this in the bottle right here. We're going to pour the solvent down. So the solvent goes down the side of the grip. Okay. Here comes a little tricky for some people. We're just going to hold it, flip it on, line the grip up, then we have a grip done. Okay. Now, what we need to do, take one of the...
What's the next step here?
The next thing is to make sure two things. Well, what we do is we wipe all the solvent away, okay, and then we align the grip up to the hands of the player. So what we're going to do, as you can see, we've got a lambkin grip right here. So we're just going to twist it round, making sure that when the club sits down at the address position, and as you can see, we're on perfect right now. Okay. So there's the grip.
So this is a service that people can bring in their clubs that need adjusting,
yes,
and they all be done right here at Shell Point. What other kinds of adjustments can you make?
Okay, this machine you're sitting right here, this is what we call a loft and lie machine. What we want when we play golf is we want the golf club, as it makes contact to the ground, we want it to actually touch here. If the club comes in and the toe is touching the ground, the golf ball is going to go way to the right of the intended target. If the heel comes in first, basically you're going to hit it left. Okay, so let's say for example we went out and we test someone's golf club and it was a little towards the toe, we'd move it a little bit more upright. And this is the machine we have to do that. We put the club in, it locks down, and it basically tells me, before I make any adjustments, this gauge right here will actually tell me the lie and the loft of this particular club. So we've got it locked in right there. So this club is actually telling me that the lie angle down here is 58 degrees. So this is this angle, and it tells me up on top of the scale right here, it tells me it's 41 degrees of loft. So for an example, if the guy's hitting the ball left to the right, I would adjust it this way. Let's say he's hitting the ball too high. We can physically adjust the club to where it doesn't hit the ball high. To move the club, make it a little stronger, a little weaker, basically we'd move it this way or we'd move it back. Okay?
Now these services are available to anyone. You don't have to be a member, or
Nope.
You can just come in and say, these clubs need adjusting.
Correct. But what we do offer for members is a free fitting. As a member of Shell Point, you can come out and we can actually tell you the golf clubs, or basically the actual shaft you should be playing and the actual lie angle you should be playing, and also the grip size. And that's a part of the membership here at Shell Point. Now if someone walks in off the street, a non-member, basically that's a $50 item. It takes about 30 minutes. We can actually go through each individual club and we can check each individual club to make sure their lie angle is correct, the loft is correct, and also the grip size.
So if you want your lie and loft checked, your grip checked, all these things that you never even thought of when swinging a golf club, Shell Point Golf Club is the place to do it. Remind them of the telephone number, Gary.
433-9790.
Or you can also visit shellpointgolf.com for more information. So for Gary Keating, this is Jared Pike with Shell Point TV.
On Thursday, we meet a Shell Point artist who models her own work after the French master Henri Matisse. Copying someone's style is one thing, but Sandy Ehlers twists Matisse to form her own style. She'll talk about the legendary French painter and her own works in Matisse's style at an Academy class this Thursday at 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Terry Koloth has more.
Hello everyone, I am pleased to introduce you to Sandy Ehlers of Eagles Preserve, my guest today, speaking about one of her classes coming up in the Academy. Thank you for joining me, Sandy.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I've been looking forward to it.
Well, we have so many things to talk about quickly, and they all revolve around art. We've been talking, you and I, and you and a number of other people, about the arts at Shell Point, because we're just growing as a community. More and more artists are moving in. Our art show has grown to encompass more artists, and you have such an amazing background in the arts. Give us a little sneak peek at what you've done in the arts.
Well, I started drawing when I was a child. Mm-hmm. Then I was invited when I was 12 into a program at the University of Kansas. And I did that for summers until I went to college. And I went into fashion. But I always painted. Always. And I was invited to show at a gallery, the first gallery they had on Sanibel. This would have been in the 1960s. And I ended up painting mainly for patrons of the art in America, but a few in Europe.
So Sandy, one of the things that you have done with art that really intrigued me is kind of the master's theory of art. And it occurs to me that we have so many people at Shell Point who have reached that level. So with the number of people we have who are at the master's level in art, you talked about doing a program, which I'm very excited about, Coffee with a Neighbor, where you talk about studying the masters so the master can be the teacher.
Oh, it's a wonderful program. It's what they've done in Europe since the beginning of time. If you wanted to be an artist, Leonardo da Vinci went and studied with a master. They send you to the Louvre if you're really, really good. Or if you're in Italy, they send you the equivalent there. And you copy the masters. And that way, you learn, when you do their brush strokes, when you study their compositions, you learn how they did what they did. And it doesn't mean that your style changes, it just enhances it. So instead of going down to the local whatever and having Miss Jones, who took a watercolor class in high school, for your teacher, you have Matisse, or you have Leonardo da Vinci, or you have Picasso, whoever you choose. And I think this is a very exciting approach, especially at the age many artists are here at Shell Point, because we have great resources in our library. They can go study some of those paintings and go home and try to do them. It's a great, great way to learn.
And I'm so glad that you chose Matisse, one of my favorites. I can and tell us about this.
Well, this was the first Matisse that I copied. I've done 4. This was a painting that I just loved. See how he'd sketched the leaves in over on the right side? What he did, he had painted, and then he just took the end of his brush and he did that. I've changed 2 things in this picture. I always intentionally change. That's why we call this program Matisse with a Twist. I don't want someone to think this is a total copy, you know. So I changed 2 colors in this one. He had a sort of pinky lavender background here. He had more of a pink background here. Whenever you're working with color, if you go to the opposite color on the color wheel, and the opposite of orange is blue, I thought, okay, I'm going to make this blue. I liked it so much, I thought, okay, I made that blue. But I still had the process of copying what he did.
Well, we are delighted. I hope that you take an opportunity to join us. Not only will you learn more about Matisse, have another opportunity to look at his beautiful work, but you'll have some time with Sandy Ehlers.
Coming up, we are covering all of today's happenings from Resort Services. And then stay tuned for your Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Happenings segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley and this is Leslie Brand, and we're going to go over the activities we offer for you here today. We're going to start bright and early at 7:15 with the Health Connections class, Bend, Breathe, and Balance. That'll be in the Health Club on the island. We'll move to 8 o'clock for round robin doubles tennis. That'll be down at the tennis courts. 8:15, the stamp ministry will be busy in the stamp room. All volunteers are welcome. At 8:30, the Ladies Golf Association will be at the Shell Point Golf Club. Bocce is going to be played down at the Woodlands Bocce Court at 9 o'clock. And then at 9:15, you'll find the Caregiver Support Group and Memory Care Group on the 2nd floor of the Rehab Center. You do need to sign up for that one. At 9:15, we have open painting down in the art studio. Then at 9:30, we have match play mixed doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. At 10:15, Through the Bible Study Group will be in the Osprey Room. The Vision Enrichment Group meets in the Social Center at 10:15. Then at 10:30 we have the Caregiver Support Group and Memory Care Group, both at the second floor of the Rehab Center, and sign up is required. At 11 o'clock, the Susie Q is heading out for Rum Runners for lunch. You do need to sign up for those trips. And at 11:45, our last activity, a Health Connections class, Living Healthy. That's in the Osprey Room on the island. Here's Leslie for your afternoon lineup.
Thank you, Bev. At 12:30 is the Mixed Progressive Bridge in the Game Room at the Woodlands. 1:15, Knitters Group in the Osprey Room. Also at 1:15 is the Shuffleboard at the Shuffleboard Courts. And 1:15 also is the Rollicking Recorderist in the Tarpon Room on the island. And the last 1:15 activity is the Women's Ministries Prayer in the Hospitality Room. 1:30, Stamp Ministry in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. We have a Health Connections today at 2:45, Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 in the Health Club. That class is currently full. 3:15 is the Celebration Ringers rehearsal in the choir room at the Village Church. And I just wanted to make a special announcement that hymn sing will still be happening and going on at 6:45, and we have a special performance by pianist Dick Pease and song leader Jerry Palmquist in the Resident Activity Center, so make sure you stop by. Thank you for tuning in with us today. We hope you have a fun-filled, great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Tuesday. At 9:15, we have Safe and Secure Personal Computing being taught in the Computer Teaching Center of the island, and sign-up is required. At 9:30, Writing Your Memoirs on a Computer continues in the Computer Center at the Woodlands. And at 10 o'clock, we have Beautiful Science 10 in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. You can sign up right at the door. At 10:15, Apple iPad Tips and Techniques will take place in the Manatee Room of the island for those who have signed up. And at 1:15, After Prep School Basics continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. I'd like to tell you about some new classes coming tomorrow. We have Google Maps and Google Earth with Larry Brock of Eagles Preserve, and Intermediate Bridge Session 3 will begin with Susan Willoughby. Flash Drive Prep School will take place with Al Kaplan of Oakmont. I'd like to take just a moment to invite everyone interested in supporting the Larson Pavilion as a volunteer of the Pavilion Auxiliary to consider taking the orientation, and the information is on the back page of your weekly reminder. We have many opportunities to make a difference in the lives of your friends and neighbors.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is marinated pork chops with apples and mashed cauliflower. The dinner special is the Mardi Gras buffet for $14.95, and the soup of the day is navy bean. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy a pulled pork sandwich with onion rings for $7.25. The dinner special is country fried steak with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Tuesday are Florida Grouper for $18.95 or veal scallopini for $15.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods, and it is my privilege to serve as the Minister of Worship and Music at the Village Church. And I'm especially pleased to be with you today to announce that the college students and professors are coming to Shell Point. That's right, spring break is here. And as part of the Season of Praise concert series presented by the Village Church, on Wednesday, March 12th, we will welcome the Wheaton College Concert Choir, direct from the frigid white Northlands. With the energy and zeal of youth, the Wheaton College Choir, directed by Dr. John Trotter, will perform an exceptional, inspirational concert of traditional, classical, and contemporary choral music on Wednesday, March 12th. It's always good to have students on campus, and I'm especially pleased for us to host the Wheaton College Concert Choir this season. Also in March, we will welcome the Matthews Brothers. In sacred and classical music, Ron and Gary Matthews are one of the most gifted and dynamic duet teams in North America. Not to mention, they're the sons of Shell Point resident Elva Matthews of Solana Court. Well, the Matthews Brothers, Ron and Gary, their concert will be on Sunday, March 16th, and will feature them as duo vocalists, pianists, organists, and trumpeters. With this combination of superlative talent, these brothers bring to every concert a rare and uplifting musical experience, but most importantly, a rich spirit of worship. Ron and Gary are no strangers to our church and community. They've been here many times, and we are especially happy to have them back again this year. With sunshine and sand all around us, and college students and professors headed our way, be sure to get your tickets for these two very special inspirational concerts. The Wheaton College Concert Choir on Wednesday, March 12th at 7:15 p.m., and Ron and Gary Matthews on Sunday, March 16th at 6:15 p.m. The Village Church is pleased to present the inspirational Season of Praise concert series. All concerts require the purchase of a non-refundable $10 ticket. And tickets will be available at the church office during normal business hours, and tickets are also available at www.shellpoint.org/Season of Praise. For more information, please call the church office at 454-2147. It's spring break. Don't miss out on the energy and zeal of youth as the Village Church welcomes the students and professors to our community as they share their ministry and song in our Season of Praise concert series.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we visit the Shell Point Library, where their operation depends on your support to succeed. We'll also head out to the brand new LifeQuest Aquatic Center, which featured a ribbon cutting and tour last week. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, March 4th. I'm Kara Minowie. From all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.